Hello virtual pilots! So the new open beta patch is released for DCS World, and together with many features and changes, it brings to us the Mi-24P HIND and the expansion of the Syria map. We anticipated the news and here it is. The HIND will also feature in our startup tutorial series. But now, let's focus on the entire open beta patch and what it contains. For ground units, we gotta replace M818 truck with a new model M939. The ZIL 135 truck and two tractor units, the TZ22 and the ATZ60. And for the World War II assets pack, they added the German flak battery templates. We got changes for the AI Su-34 loadout with the KH-35 anti-ship missiles and new penetrating bombs. Also, a few important changes for the F-10 map, like the new ejected pilot tactical sign and the center-to-player keybind. For AI helicopters, they added the ability to follow ground or naval units with same speed. Okay, let's move on. We got some major features from HIND blur for the F-14 Tomcat, starting with the new hook physics. The hook will now skip if landing too fast, will shear off when arresting with excessive kinetic energy, it will no longer clip to the ground, and with the new addition of a collision shell, it can now be damaged by gunfire or explosions and detached from the aircraft. And of course, they added spark effects and hook break sounds. And sticking with HIND blur and the Tomcat, we got new Iceman features. He can now fly to a steer point or map marker and orbit with a selected speed, diameter and direction.
Roger.
Now a very interesting new effect for the carriers. They will now create a burble behind the stern. And for those of you wondering what a burble is, well, in aerodynamics, it has to do with the airflow. The air no longer flows smoothly, causing turbulence. And the burble intensity differs with carrier and wind speeds and needs to be taken in account when landing on the carrier. For example, when in close, the burble will first generate positive vertical velocity, immediately followed by a negative velocity. Another new thing about the carrier operations, at night the catapult launch is triggered by turning the exterior lights on. This is in accordance with manual procedures. They added a new special option which flashes the lights automatically together with the pilot salute. For the Tomcat, they also added the Mach 79 bomb clamps modules and revised the loadout code. Bombs will no longer float around the aircraft pylons. But now check this out. HIND blur added 15 Mariana Islands quick start missions for the Tomcat. Oh, it's coming. It's near and we know it. And as you remember from one of our previous videos, Jester is getting his reporting improvements class and his instructors advise us that he is now more selective in reporting incoming missiles and he will ignore the missiles that don't look like potential threats. He is doing a great job and we are very happy to hear that.
Meanwhile, in the HIND, we hear news that Petrovic is a bit trigger happy. What can we do?
Moving on, we got the new campaign from Reflective Simulations for the F-14A. Fear the Bones is available now in standalone version of DCS. Steam version users will need to wait a bit longer. For the F-18 Hornet, they added a new pitot module implementation and changes in the RWS, TVS, jamming, raid, TOC and others, all together with many fixes. For almost all the warbirds, we got sound updates and new single-player missions. For the supercarrier, we already covered the changes in a previous video, but let's go through them quickly. With updates to the deck crew that includes improved mesh and geometry tweaks, all the modules have been converted to a new version of the skeleton that will provide more natural movements. And now, dear virtual pilots, we get to confirm the newly added territory for the Syria map by Ugra Media. the island of Cyprus, and the coast of southern Turkey. Many of you will remember our video prior to all of this when we talked about each individual airport and location. I apologize for the mispronunciation of many of the places. I am only human. Or am I? I digress. Let's move on. We got 8 major cities and 9 airfields on the island of Cyprus, with scenes of military bases and UN bases in the demilitarized zone, a new airfield on the Turkish territory, all together with new original objects and historical sites, which at this time we don't want to spoil the pleasure of discovering yourself and in our future videos when exploring the map. Also in the mainland, we got the new city of Jerash, along with the ruins of an ancient city of Jordan, some new UN bases on the Lebanese-Israeli border, and improved surface textures that apparently were also applied in the Caucasus map. There are many fixes and improvements done to all the modules, and I linked the patch notes in the description down below. If you're interested, check it out. Currently, we are testing the HIND, learning how it operates, and we'll be releasing new videos very soon that will include a few operations with it. Our fellow YouTuber Gronin Sidewinder already posted a great video with the HIND. We gladly recommend you watch it. If you find our video informative, please leave us a like as it helps the YouTube algorithm, and subscribe to be in touch with all the latest information on your favorite simulators and games. I am Andre Celesti, reminding you to fly safe, and I'll see you next time.